I didn't realize I had to click go live. I thought I would just be able to press start streaming. So sorry for the little bit of a delay, everybody. Just finishing filling up the lobby and we will be set. I didn't realize I had to click go live. Alright. Alright, 17 of 22. We're almost there, guys. Get BNA in here. Alright, as the lobby fills up, let's go over the news post. Timeout. Alright, so of course, as y'all know, we're heading to Spa tonight. Still about 10 minutes until we're starting. The calendar shows for a dry qualifying. So it's going to be a dry qualifying moving into a wet race. So it should be very interesting. We should have our usual people on top, i.e. Fierce. I expect to see a lot out of Max, which I think is... Let's find his gamer tag real quick. Flying Cow 55. So keep an eye out for him. He'll be a front runner. Air will probably qualify well, and we'll see if he can keep it together for the race. Adilso 1, he's been on fire, so he's going to be high up there as well. What else? Of course, we got 22 laps, 50% of the race. 2 DRS zones, one down the Camel Straight and one down the start-finish line. Medium overtaking difficulty, and then what else do we got? Driver under pressure. We're saying there, Tony. I'm kind of just copying our F11 thing. So hold on, I have to send an invite real quick, y'all. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let's get back to it. Storylines to watch, like we said, Ayrtonia, he had a really good start last weekend and then kind of just couldn't keep it together the rest of the race. So we're going to hope that he can do that tonight. So it'll be a very interesting race. Midfield battle is going to be between Alpine, Mercedes, and Kick Sauber. Mercedes, we're going to expect a lot from BNA as well. He's been up there quite a bit, but Awesome Ace is just not the fastest, so he's going to keep Mercedes low. No offense to him at all. Alpine, I can't remember, but I think we just haven't seen much from Alpine. And then the Saubers, we have Play Ninja 1120, which I think he's subbing in tonight. And then we have A1, so he should be pretty high too. Penalty watch, we got Ayrtonio 3 points total, and he's 4 points from a race DSQ, which is 7 points total. Spidey Kid has 2 points, and he's going to be 5 points from a race DSQ. So just to keep those noted. And yeah, now we can read chat. All right, I'm back. We do have 20 out of 20 drivers, but I think we won't be starting until exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, still got about 8 minutes left. If anyone has anything to say in chat. Also, if y'all want to like the stream, we should like the stream. I think we'll be starting a little early tonight. We will. We will be starting 7 minutes ahead of schedule. Anybody have anything to say in chat? No? Nothing in chat? Alright. Let's hope for a good race. I think turn 1 is going to be very chaotic. Let me pull up a little race map so that I can commentate a little better. Tonight we do not have a second commentator, so it's going to be all on me. So mind that. Just going to pull up an image. That way I can do the turns correctly. I also expect a lot out of McLaren tonight. So we'll see. You think constructors is gonna go to the Racing Bulls? We'll see, because I think I've stacked my team at Williams a lot. So we'll see about that. Any moment for everybody to load in, and then we can swap the scene to the race. Actually, we'll just swap it now. I think it should be that one. Pretty sure. We'll see in about 2 seconds when my stream catches up. All right. 18 minutes into Q1. Who's going to be the first one out? All right, sweet. We are caught up. Why is the stream so laggy tonight? I'm not going to be able to reach out too well. That sucks. All right, and our first one out is going to be Smile Guy or BNA. So let's go ahead and take a look. Lap times are going to be around the 140 mark, I think, tonight. 140 to 143 for qualifying, and then it should be race pace 143 to 145. Actually, wait, no, it's raining. I take that back. It's probably going to be closer to 150 race pace, I think. So an exciting race ahead of us. Of course, we're at Spa pretty early in the season, actually, for round 2. And then let me just go ahead and read off our current constructors. Right after I check this quick Discord ping. Okay. Let me go to sheets. Standings. All right. Oh, okay. Ferrari, of course, leading our standings with 25 points, and that's all from Fierce, V-Carb, and a close 24. Really good showing last week, to be honest. And then Williams in third with 1 DNF last weekend, costing a couple extra points. Still with a solid 15. McLaren in 12. McLaren 4th with 12 points. Sauber 5th with 10 points. Mercedes 6th with 9 points. Alpine 7 with 4 points. And Haas 8th with 2 points. Red Bull and Aston are tied for 10th at 0 points. Leading your driver standings is, of course, Fierce Glass, so followed by Fierce Glass with Ferrari, followed by Adilso 1 with V-Carb, followed by Daniel Yao, aka Schlein, which is not racing tonight, and Williams. Oh, dude, this is so big I can't read it all. Followed by Tony World at McLaren, 12 points. A1 Bro 2 Lit in the Sauber with 10 points. B&A Black Boy at Mercedes with 8 points. Skolmu at VCarb with 6 points. Smile Guy at Alpine with 4 points. M. Lenny 12 at Haas with 2 points. And Awesome Ace at Mercedes with 1 point. With that being said, we're going to watch some laps here. I think Smile Guy is leading. And let me actually pop up the... Let's just get all these up here real quick. Yeah, so Smile Guy will most likely be the first one. And we're going to pop it on tire. We'll pop it on tire. Got a caution after the, looks like it's the Haas in sector 2. Alright, I am back. Antonio takes provisional pole, I think, because I wasn't paying attention, with a 143, almost flat. And we got some memes coming in. And I think Curly is gonna hop in VC with us after he smokes a cig. Fastest lap, Fierce, with a 143.0. Sorry about this lackluster commentating. I am dealing with a little bit of chaos at my house. Anyways. Let me hop into VC so we can get... What's his face in here? Alright, sorry about that, guys. Alright, everybody, welcoming Curly. Oh, I think he just left. Alright, so Awesome Ace, we're gonna watch. I think he's on a lap. Yeah, he will be on a lap. Going into Eau Rouge up through Radion. We'll burn a little bit of ERS and open his DRS down to 35 battery. Continuing, we'll turn it off. Sector 1 at 31.1. Down through the chicane, around the corner. Through Brussels. Around turn 11. Heading down into Puhan. And it looks like he's going to abort the lap as he is going to get caution here. And we'll hop up to, well, I guess down to Spidey Kid, who is going on a fast lap, I think. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, it's been a very, very chaotic race start. 7:30 left. Still a little bit dry weather here. As Fierce Glass still leading with that 143.1. C Boogie is up to a P4 with a 143.9. And my other Williams driver at a 144.9. Could be the nerves getting to him. What do we think, chat? As the Sauber goes into multiple pieces. I don't know what Sauber that is, but it looks like they're like battling. And somebody is not happy. As that is the Sauber of Play Ninja 1120. Not a great look from him. Alright, on to Adil Sofe's car. Actually doesn't look like he's doing a fast lap here. We'll hop on to someone else that is. Nappy might be doing a fast lap. I think he is. Hopping aboard with him, and he actually will aboard as well. As they are moving out of the way for, I presume, this... one of these Mercedes? No, because the Mercedes are not on a fast lap. Very interesting tonight. Nobody has cracked the 142s yet, as Awesome Ace will go very wide. Laid to rest, looking for a better lap than he has right now, the 201.1. Definitely was a slow lap. It looks like he's going to be going for another slow lap. And who just had a purple second? Was it was it laid to rest? It doesn't look like he's going for a fast lap, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe he sort of is. I think he is. That was a very confusing fast lap. As he'll slot up into P10 with a 1:45.2. Not the fastest lap from him, but still an okay lap starting P10, as well as Tampon Tyrone. Probably should be just saying Tyrone. With a 1:45.2. Still neither of the Mercedes have set a lap yet. Looks like they will be going to, though, shortly. As we'll go right along board with BNA. Around the corner, should be going flat out here. He is on the mediums, so I don't think... I'm very curious to see, actually, because there is no multiple qualifying. And he will box, presumably for softs, and go for one hard lap. Awesome ace. Takes a very wide around both, but seems to get an okay exit. And I don't think that was a fast lap because there was only a 1:49.
Hello. Okay, I got it. Hello, JR.
What up, what up? Just in time for the race.
Yeah, just in time. I had to put some stuff down. Make sure I was locked in for this.
Neither of the Mercedes have set a lap yet. With 1:45 left, we got
that's gonna be interesting.
Awesome ace with a 31.5 sector 1. Around
It's
Brussels,
gonna be
so keep it tight.
It's gonna be interesting to see what the pace looks like between Fierce and Antonio whenever it goes wet, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. Both Racing Bulls top 5 with P4 and P5, Ayrtonio P2, Fierce P1, and C Boogie P3.
And it looks like the Mercedes pulled over.
Yeah, will not get a lap. Very unexpected from BNA though. Although he will be able to set a lap, I think.
One thing I will say, during the practice sessions we had, Ayrtonio was quite a bit faster than Fierce through the wet laps we were doing.
Very
so it will be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, Ayrtonio is only 4/100ths off of Fierce's lap, so.
The problem with Fierce for the wets was finding his setup, so it'll be interesting to see how he does that.
BNA around Puhan. We'll take it flat out, it seems. Up into gear 8. Laid to rest will... Did he leave the session or did he retire?
I think he might have lagged out. The same with Awesome Ace.
Oh, okay.
But I think it should be coming back.
Oh, Awesome Ace lagged out? Oh, interesting. See
Well,
where this lap puts BNA at a 130 so far. 0 battery left. Looks like he'll do a 145.
Should put him up into the top 10.
So 144.3 with a P7. So the Mercedes will not all start from behind. Fierce drops his time to a 142.9. Air cannot beat his time, and C Boogie cannot beat his time. Actually, we can check that. Looks like he'll have a slower Sector 1.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to switch over to my computer.
Yeah. As well as a slower Sector 3. So C Boogie will not improve on his time. He'll stay P3. Tyrone with a 145.1 right now, and he will also not improve on his time. Nappy will not improve on his time either as he finishes up quali. And no one will have a 148.99, also not improving on his. With our standing set, your number 1 is Fierce, your number 2 is Airtonio, your number 3 is C Boogie, your number 4 is Adelso 1, and your number 5 is Skullmoo. We are back as we get set for the race. Opening up into the formation lap. Hopefully starting soon. Still waiting on everybody to load. As we head into the formation lap, everybody will be starting on inters. Fierce takes us away with Airtonio behind him, C Boogie behind him, Adelso 1 in 4th, and Skullmoo in 5th.
Alright, here we go.
Welcome back once again.
Thank you, thank you.
Very interested to see how this wet race plays out. If anybody from the top 5 will stay in the top 5, or if I'm just
We
Wrong.
already have 2 down. Spidey and
Looks like it'll be a Spidey Kid collision as he was behind Splash, so I would guess so.
Spidey had gotten multiple calls to the steward for impeding during qualifying.
Possible race strategies are showing this is most likely going to be a one-stop, which it should because it's only a 50% distance.
We have 3 DMs about Spidey impeding during qualifying.
Very interesting. I keep misclicking. Okay. Alright, here we go. Just rounding through Sector 2. As most people will keep it together.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Fierce can get away from Antonio here on the start.
Yeah, this T1 is gonna be hell. We'll just put it out there right now.
They've been talking smack all week, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do beside each other on turn 1.
They have, and another set of DSQs. Ghosty Swag and Play Ninja. Play Ninja was brought up from the F2 that has not started yet. That will start hopefully next Saturday. I think he drives for MP. I think.
We also have Ghosty Swag. I know he just got signed to Primo for F2.
Okay,
He's
so
also there for Haas, filling in for a reserve.
both F2 drivers then colliding on the
Yes.
formation lap to be reset.
It'll be interesting to see how they do with all the F11 drivers out there.
Right.
Hasn't gotten off to a hot start, unfortunately, for him.
And a bunch of people being reset to grid as we can't get formation correctly. Fierce survives. Antonio survives. About 9 drivers survive. Here we go in Spa. Drivers rev their engines. 5 red lights. Gone and away we go. We'll say the
It
same.
looks like
Fierce goes
Antonio
inside
got a
to.
good start there.
Fierce takes the inside
He's got
to
the edge in
defend.
T1.
Little top.
Oh,
and a bunch of taps as everybody goes off the track here.
cars.
And there's a bunch of position changes.
I think that was the McLaren of Nappy World and B&A. They made some collision, taking out a lot of the pack, and then some kick savers getting into it down there.
And we have a couple 10-second penalties as we'll go ahead and check out what those are. And it's a red flag to start the race. We have not made it through half a lap, ladies and gentlemen. And cars will be fixed during this formation lap. What a chaotic start. About as well as everybody expected, I think.
Well, we get to do it again.
We get to see turn 1 right away. Here we go.
Well, we lost a couple guys. We'll see who we got here.
Not too bad because Air lost his front wing, so he'll get that back, which is he's probably excited about the red flag for that new front wing. And I think only no one DNF'd after turn 1. I think everybody expected a little bit of a collision turn 1. And here we go. Take number 2. 5 red lights. And away we go. Fierce goes inside to defend, and one of the Racing Bulls looks to try and go up that inside, but he'll back out.
Antonio,
another collision. And another big collision. And both Racing Bulls fall. And it's a VSC here in Spa on lap 3. Wow. With also Spidey Kid and Tampon Tyrone, DS did not finish after that
That's
last
Chase
one.
with the damage there. He got 3rd in the first race, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think he was 2nd. He just beat out Daniel
yeah.
for second place.
Yeah, so he starts P16 and he's got some damage to the car.
I think most people will use this opportunity to box for a new front wing. Antonio did make the pass on Fierce and will lead, so it'll be interesting to see if he decides to come in or not. I think it would be strategically advantaged to come in and hope to play on the gamble.
The Mercedes of B&A goes wide.
Or do you go for a gamble of not boxing and hoping for another safety car, which is very well impossible, and sticking it out on these inters for hopefully another 10 laps? It looks like Fierce is not damaged from any collision, although Antonio did lose his front right end cap of the wing. I don't know what that's called, to be completely honest.
Yeah, the right flap there on the front of the Red Bull got knocked there by Fierce. They made contact twice through both starts, so it's going to be interesting to see how he counters the wet weather with a broken wing.
Indeed, and it looks like we're also already starting to see a dry line form.
Yeah, with the red flag, this could make the end of the race a little more interesting to see what the weather does.
And they do not decide to box. Does anybody decide to pit? Ghosty, it wouldn't hurt for him to pit to serve that 10-second early.
B&A is the first one into the pit box. And I think he might be the only one. Oh, we got a Red Bull of Chase, I believe, is in there. And we also see a McLaren into the pit box. So we have 3 cars heading in. Oh, we actually have 4. Laid the rest actually went into the pit box.
Ghosty not pitting now is very interesting because you will have to serve that 10-second penalty later when it'll be a definite 10-second penalty versus a little bit less.
Yeah, that's one he's going to want to get back. That's a F2 mistake there. He'll going to have to work on. But, he's definitely going to have to make up a lot of ground once he serves that penalty. And with us not knowing his pace, it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Fierce and Antonio are riding each other's coattails.
That is very true.
Separating themselves from the rest of the pack.
Is that a drive-through for Antonio, I think? Not great for him. Go ahead and head on board with Fierce here. Fierce looks to be losing time on air.
Antonio, he does have a speeding under the virtual safety car that he has to serve that drive-through penalty. That's going to be an annoying one.
Give me 2 seconds, everybody. We're going to try and fix the lag on the stream.
Fierce, even though he's behind, he's still in a great position with Antonio serving that drive-through penalty.
I just realized how bad the stream was lagging. Hopefully this helps fix it.
So far, Awesome Ace has worked his way up 16 positions.
We have a caution down in turn 1 again. Looks like everybody made it out okay.
That Mercedes we were talking about that didn't get that lap time in, he's currently found his way to P4.
That is insane. He will have to pit later, so we'll see where he falls after the tree, but that is a lot of positions made up. He was trying to keep it tight with air as he's fluctuating at about 0.3 to 0.6, and he will gain a lot here as he burns battery. Can't make the dive down the inside yet.
He's trying to be very aggressive on a piece of the track he really doesn't need to be. Just needs to be patient here behind Antonio. He's especially with that damaged wing. He can save his tires, build up, but he's trying to be overly aggressive here.
He will go for ERS up that inside. And Air
Doesn't have much
will
battery, so
keep it. See what Ayrtonio is going to do on this defensive move into this tight hairpin.
both drivers have no battery on their cars. And Ayrtonio's going to serve the penalty. He's going to go into the pits. He's going to serve his drive-through penalty, I believe.
And that puts C Boogie up into P2. Williams will be very happy about that trade. As C Boogie is going to be about 0.6 off Fierce. Will he be able to keep it close here or not? Fierce will burn a little bit.
Yeah, Williams, this could be huge. Only 0.7 behind him. They could honestly compete for the win if they play this right.
Very true, very true. Riding his tail, staying within DRS here. Although we don't have DRS, of course.
I know I was talking about Awesome Ace earlier, making up 17 positions. Oh, wait, Ayrtonio just got damage on the back half of the track. He made contact. He's missing his front wing.
We'll have to box once more for a new front wing early here. Although it is under safety car conditions because late to rest looks to be down in turn 1. No, he looks to be fine. I wonder what happened to that Aston there. But a virtual safety car.
I think that safety car came out because of the wreckage between Ayrtonio. I think him and Tony got a little too tight on the pit exit, and it came into a very bad crash for Ayrtonio. He got the worst of it all there.
Ghosty Swag does pick up a drive-through penalty as well. Awesome Ace up into P3, starting from what, P20 was it? Play Ninja will also pick up a drive-through penalty.
Also Splash, who started, I think, P18, has
and it'll be another red flag. And that'll close the field down here.
That might be a game saver for Ayrtonio.
That very well could be.
He gets a new front wing. He gets to go in there and basically a free pit stop.
Am I allowed to say what happened?
No. Why are you in here? You're driving. Wait until we interview someone later on if that's you.
Yeah, wait till post race. We got you.
2 red flags, ladies and gentlemen, and we are only about halfway through the race, I think. As the cars get their cars fixed, 5 red lights, and away we go.
Nappy World, the man that started in P5.
And another huge accident off the stop. That's Ayrtonio involved.
And that's the Haas of Ghostly Swag. He got wrecked too. There's a lot of damage back there.
Splash did not change.
And we are getting a safety car.
We will get a safety car. You can't
make this up. There's another big wreck. They brake checked on the safety car, and Ghostly Swag lost his front wing this time. This is pandemonium here.
C Boogie. Oh, and the McLaren of Nappy World will be in the wall on the safety car. This is a terrible, terrible restart as we have lost 6 drivers. And we are only 8 laps in, ladies and gentlemen.
Someone brake checked half the grid, leading to a collision of about half the cars there, and everyone got the worst of it. There's another crash. Play Ninja's out.
And we have lost 7 drivers now. As C Boogie makes his way into P1. Fierce Glass looks to have a broken left wing. No, he does not.
We have Ayrtonia out, Nappy World out, Tyrone out. 3 big drivers that have met the fate of the Spa here in the wet.
We will see who pits during this safety car.
I don't know who was responsible for the brake check, but they will definitely.
They will be receiving a hefty penalty with review on that one.
Yeah, they will be receiving a hefty penalty points because holy shit, they took out half the grid. Oh boy.
See if we can keep it together through turn 1 under safety car conditions. As Skolmo will box, BNA will box, Adilso 1 will box, Ghosty will box.
From what I've gotten from looking through the angry customers, it looked like Skolm was the one responsible for the brake check. So we'll have to investigate that after the race, but he's in the pit lane here, and a bunch of cars, 4 cars in the pit lane. And we have 13 more laps to go.
Up through Eau Rouge into Radion. None of the drivers will spin out under safety car, which is very impressive, I might say.
Yeah, this could be a huge weekend, because not only could C Boogie get the win here, but Alpine could get a huge weekend in the points.
Indeed. Also, just want to add in, it is a double DNF for Red Bull, as Ayrtonio will DNF 2 weeks in a row. As one of the top drivers, that is not a real great look for that.
Yeah, Ayrtonio has been great. He showed pace in every practice session. It's just those incidents they get to him, and he has not been lucky here so far in the Formula 11 season.
Very comparable to Lando Norris as he folds under pressure. Also just want to add, thank you guys for 67 members in the Discord server today. We are at 68 now, but really appreciative of that.
C Boogie, a man that actually didn't even score in his first race. Or is he Miles?
C Boogie is Miles, and Miles did not race in the first week, so
this would be a huge win for him to come back to the points.
it will be. Just to say the names that are out in P20, no one DNF'd, Spidey Kid DNF'd in P19, Tyrone DNF'd in P18, Big Chef Rune DNF'd in 17, Ayrtonio DNF'd P16, Nappy World DNF'd P15, and Play Ninja DNF'd P14. Safety car will not be in this lap, as we'll go one more lap for the rest of the grid to catch up. A very interesting race so far. A lot of this race has been under safety car and VSC, and we've had 2 red flags through only 9 laps, technically through the 8 laps. Oh. Don't know what happened there. BNA will get a 10-second penalty for a collision with Skolmu. As that causes most of the grid to fall behind once more. Safety car should be through this lap.
I just got the footage of Nappy World's crash. It seems he was trying to warm up his tires when he lost control, wrecking into the wall there on the safety car. And I think that's the same fate Play Ninja received as well, as they both went into the walls on the first couple laps of the safety car.
That is true.
Right now, Smile Guy, Awesome Ace, and Splash have all paid off beautifully from the wreckage and carnage. Smile Guy's made up 10 points, Awesome Ace 16, Splash 13. The biggest loser being Chase, who's lost 9 positions, who's now in last place.
C Boogie in P1 and Fierce in P2 are the only people from that top 5 in qualifying that are still in the race / in top 5. Tony World in a solid P6, but we do expect more out of him as he had a very fantastic race last weekend. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. We will go green. Everyone prepare yourselves for the carnage into turn 1.
C
I hope
Boogie
these
gets
drivers
to control
have
the
learned to
speed on the
brake early.
restart. How will we try to get away from Fierce? Fierce is right on his tail.
Have the drivers learned from the previous red flags that they need to go a little bit earlier on the brakes into that turn 1? We'll see
Be a
right
little
here.
bit more
Or
cautious.
will we get another red flag?
C Boogie slowing down. And he's off.
C Boogie early on those brakes there to keep it together. Skolma will pit, Ghosty will pit, and BNA will pit.
And we have no wreckage on turn 1 this time.
Very impressive, I must say. As we go through Eau Rouge into Radion. Down through the Camel Straight. Smile Guy will pick up a 3-second time penalty for another multiple warnings. And C Boogie and Fierce have made their way off already. A second ahead of Smile Guy, who's in P3, who has that 3-second penalty. And C Boogie, and another safety car. What just happened? Or wait, no, I apologize. It just still says safety car in the top left for whatever reason. I was very confused, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was also genuinely confused there for a second. Smile Guy, he actually got that 3-second for exceeding the track limits multiple times. And he's almost making contact with his teammate there.
Very true. Fierce and C Boogie are battling. This battle for P1 tonight has been electric, whether it be Airtonio or C Boogie, as Fierce sends it up the inside, and that is a great move from Fierce. I must.
They're gonna stay
be
wheel to
honest.
wheel
And
into
C
this next
Boogie
turn.
almost gets the edge on that into that turn. He'll have the inside here, but he won't make the jump for it, and he'll go wide.
And that is exactly what Fierce needed. He's gonna gain a second off of that mistake.
C Boogie doesn't bottle it though, which is very good, as he'll keep it together.
And we also just got I believe Chase has backed out of the lobby. I don't know if he quit or not.
Perhaps with that Racing Bulls, they started off real hot, getting up into that top 5 there in that first lap, and after the safety cars and the red flags, they were the victims of most of that and take the brunt into that damage. As we head into lap 12. C Boogie has gained 3/10 on Fierce's pace, using his ERS very well.
Right now, our two drivers that have made the most positions up are neck and neck through the long straight, and they're about to go 3 wide.
No contact through it though, and they'll keep it all together. C Boogie within 2/10 of Fierce. This is a great battle for P1.
We have action all around the track.
Indeed we do. C Boogie loses a little bit of time there, but he will burn a little bit of ERS. Both of them hovering around 40 to 50 ERS right now.
The battle for first and the battle for third, the ones keeping the action around the track. Boogie and Fierce. Boogie getting into this battle thanks to the, well, faults of Airtonio and the bad luck and misfortune.
That's true. C Boogie down to 8/10, or sorry, up to 8/10 gap. Fierce has made good bit of progress there.
You think that mistake might have put some wear on the tires, affected him a little bit here on this most recent lap. See, Boogie also needs to save up his battery. He has less battery than Fierce, and it's a lot harder to make an overtake when you have less battery than the guy in front. Fierce is beginning to pull away. But Boogie closed the gap there on that sector. Looks like a little mistake there by Fierce. Closing the gap to 0.3. Boogie lost it a little bit on the rear there, giving some more leadway to Fierce, letting him get back out to a steady lead. It's just a mistake-driven race here. Whoever makes the last mistake might keep the lead of the race. And now earlier, I know we talked about that battle for third. Awesome Ace pulled away from Tony and Splash. They now battle for fourth, and it's a four-way battle for fourth place there. Fierce is still trying to pull away, eking it out, but it's still sitting around that 0.8 second lead. Boogie needs to wait, try to build up his battery. He's still low, but he's still trying to get up to Fierce, who's shown he's fast all season so far.
Both on 5-lap-old tires. The gap now 7/10 to Fierce.
Yeah, the gaps around the track are all beginning to space out. Drivers getting a little more room between each other. Tony World is about to make a moving up there on third place. He was a second behind. Now he's only, well, he was 0.4, now down to 0.5.
That big pack there, tight with laid to rest at the end of that train. From P7 up to P3. A lot of points in that difference there for those positions. Just sneaking into the points of Smile Guy with another penalty he'll have to serve. He's dropped now from 4th all the way down to 10th. See Boogie falling down to about a second off Fierce's pace. As the grid will tighten up here between all the drivers. 12 seconds from third to second, but only 2/10 between Awesome Ace and Tony World.
Yeah, this is going to be a great chance for Tony World to try to make the pass into third. And if he's going to want to try and make that pass, he's going to have to stay right on the hip of Awesome Ace through Rouge. And we'll see how it goes because he still seems to be falling back.
Nobody looking to make a move up that inside into turn 1 now.
Yeah, they know how little that turn works out for him. Tony might have the pace to be able to make something work here on this straight.
He will be burning battery as well. He's going to try and
he doesn't.
look for a move down the inside here.
He does
And he'll
not. Does
almost
he have enough?
make
He has a
it.
lockup.
He can't get fully through, though, as Awesome Ace defends that very well. Awesome Ace, very
Yeah, that's
unexpected
just
to be
not-
this high.
Yeah, he's made up 17 positions after the qualifying. You didn't expect him to be here. He started P20, now he's here, and he's fighting for P3 with Tony. Oh, and they make contact.
Gap to Fierce from C Boogie is now about 1-3. And that'll be a 7-point difference right there.
But a pretty good point weekend for Williams, as really the other teams really only have one driver finishing here in the points.
I also want to add, Flying Cow has swapped on to dry tires. Does he see enough of a line that he can be quicker on those dry tires? We'll have to pay close attention to his time. He'll go track limits here. Will
It doesn't
this be...
seem like it was the right decision.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, and doesn't look too much to be paying off unless he can keep it exactly
Tony's
on that
going
racing
for
line.
a crazy overtake. Ooh! And he's gonna have to back out.
Tony down the
Tony-
start-finish straight.
He's really gonna have to try and save up his battery and really work on it for a lap or two. Maybe build some space in between him and Awesome Ace. Try and get that overtake through en route. Because that's really the only place you're getting an overtake here on this track so far.
Flying Cow has lost 2 seconds since swapping onto those medium tires.
Luzzy just went into the pits. He's pitting for intermediates.
Tony will burn. He's not going to have a lot of ERS to play with here, though. The Awesome Ace
Yeah,
has a 14% battery left.
If Tony was really using this battery to his advantage, he'd try to save it up here, not use as much on that last straight, and try to get him through a Rouge.
Laid to rest, only 1/10 off Splash with that battle for P5 looking to heat up. He has a lot of ERS to burn, and it looks like he will be saving it for a strong attack.
He's going to have a great chance on this little final rundown to the start-finish straight. And with 78 battery, Splash having 68, it's going to be interesting to see how those two battle out.
On the corner,
Yeah,
they'll both get up
increasing.
onto that curb and use the most of their track.
Tony is wasting all of his battery on this last straight. He wants to get this overtake before the
Laid to
Start,
rest, gaining
finish
a bunch
straight.
of time with that battery. He should pour it out again here too and look up to the inside. He won't use it all, actually.
and Boogie
maybe
and
he'll
Fierce
save
are
it
into
for
the
Kemmel.
pits.
Both
Boogie
swapping
and
onto new
Fierce both go into
inters.
the pits. Yeah, that's interesting move.
Laid
But
to
they
rest will be saving
stay.
that ERS as Splash with a little bit of a slide, as well as Laid to rest. Laid to rest will be saving that ERS. No, I guess not. I would have assumed he would look for a move down the Kemmel straight, but maybe he won't.
0.2 seconds between Awesome Ace and Tony. This is going to be his chance for the overtake if Tony wants it. Both drivers little on battery. Tony is going to squeeze by on the outside, but Awesome Ace
Awesome
has
Ace
an
with a move down the
overtake.
middle, and they'll make contact.
He
Doesn't look
backs-
to be too much. Tony will
But
take a
Tony-
3-second penalty for going that wide. Awesome Ace will pick up a little bit of rubber there, and Tony will hand back that position, hoping that he will lose that time penalty there. Wink, wink, he probably will because of giving that position back. Back down to the battle
You know,
between
one
Laid to
thing
Rest
I-
and Splash. Laid to Rest will make contact and push Splash a little bit, as well as losing a bit of his front wing there. But they'll both keep it on track.
Yeah, he lost the left front of that wing. It's completely gone. And if he wants to try and get him now, it's really going to be do or die.
Flying Cow really trying to hold on to those mediums, but it still doesn't seem like it was the right move to make. And great defense
he's
here from
4 seconds
Splash.
back each sector, so he's really not making any room here.
Let's wrestle break early and see if he can't send one up the inside. I guess Splash will go ahead into the pits.
One thing I think Boogie's going to be asking himself is, did he really need to follow Fierce into the pits?
That is true. Could he have pushed those tires a little longer, as Splash had 14 laps on his tires before deciding to box? Boogie might have been able to push them a little longer. Did he box because he wanted to stay competitive with Fierce? Or did he box because he really needed to? That's the question.
Yeah, it's going to be a decision. It might haunt him for. He could have taken those I believe he could have taken those intermediates to the end, unless he stayed on the same tires.
Smile guy, about 3 seconds off DNA coming out of the pits there. There's not too many tight battles other than the Tony World and Awesome Ace battle here.
One thing to keep an eye on is Chase, who's made his way up into P6. He was last not too long ago. He's now on the tail end of Lay the Rest. He is right on the tail of Lay the Rest. He kind of faked the attack. He pulled away, but he should be able to pull through, and he does. And he is up in the P5. What a heroic turnaround for Chase here. He was P13. He started top 5, and now he's back where he started.
Yeah, very, very great race coming back in there, but Awesome Ace might have to take driver of the day with going from P17 up to P3, keeping it very tight between him and Tony. As Skullmoo will DNF. I don't exactly know what happened there. Fierce Glass will take fastest lap at a 1:55.4.
That is interesting. I didn't see what happened to Skullmoo.
Flying Cow did swap back onto those used intermediates after finding that the dry tires were not the choice yet.
Yeah, I don't think those dry tires were ever going to be the tire that he should have been on, but
sometimes picks up a little grass, battling Smile Guy in that P9 and P10 spot.
Smile Guy, who was towards the front of the grid with his Alpine teammate, they find herself PA, P9.
And wheel to wheel going into the chicane. Sorry about that. And Tony World will take that position from Awesome Ace back into P3. Go ahead.
Yeah, Smile Guy and
a huge contact into Puhan. Or not Puhan, sorry about that, Brussels.
And I think the McLaren got the worst of it that time. They're still...
Awesome Ace looks like he's driving a little bit mad here. BNA will pick up that 10-second penalty for crossing pit entry. Awesome Ace puts it real wide, and Adilsa will take advantage of that. He will say thank you.
And Chase
takes P3 dives up into P3.
What a turnaround, Chase. 16 seconds, but if he was up there with them, I'm sure he could have made a race with Boogie and Fierce.
Yeah, for sure. BNA with the worst of the penalties at 16 seconds goes to...
And Awesome Ace is going off. This could be a very bad collapse. He doesn't want to lose positions because of that front wing damage, but he does not have much of a front wing left. But he should still be well up there for that driver of the day. P20 to P5. The Mercedes getting the most points out of the... Well, having the most drivers finish in the points. Alpine's the other team, but the Ferraris will take it home. Thanks to Fierce.
Indeed, thanks to Fierce, as he is waxing everybody. Flying Cow, expected to be a very great driver today, is in P12. did not qualify too well, and then didn't have too great of a race.
Yeah, this is gonna be a race weekend. He's gonna want back next week. We go to UK, I believe, right?
Indeed, yeah, up to Silverstone. And also making
That'll
that
be
gap
interesting.
widening that gap at least a lot. Awesome Ace will pick up a penalty for 3 seconds for corner cutting. Anyways, Chase is just extending that gap into third place here. He'll have podiumed if he can finish in P3. He'll have back-to-back podiums, only with Fierce.
One thing to keep an eye on, laid the rest. He is 0.7 behind Awesome Ace, but with the 3-second penalty, he should finish ahead.
Yeah, that is true. I'll have to see here. He does have a bunch of ERS. Laid to rest is very good on saving that ERS, and he'll make the move up the inside after Ace will go wide. And Ace now has dropped 3 positions from P3 down to P6. Sure, he's not going to be too happy about that, especially with A1 right on his butt. A1 is going to send it up the inside, and Ace is going to concede that position and just hand it to him. Smiley guy will pick up another 3-second penalty.
Fallen ever since he lost that front wing with Tony, and Tony has really picked up the pieces, taken it to P4. He wanted P3, but now Awesome Ace is in
and he'll
P7,
send it real hard, almost making contact with that Sauber there, trying to overcompensate. And I think he'll even lose more time. Laid to rest will slide it a little bit, and A1 is now up to P5. A1 got P5 after last week's showing, so he'll stay top 5 again if he can hold on to this position going into lap 21.
Laid the rest doesn't have the battery, so this should be a pretty easy kept position for A1. Yeah, he's extending that gap to a second just on the straight alone. Doesn't have the pace. And A1, clean car, no wing damage right now. Got him the P5. Sometimes you just gotta be patient.
Can Laid to rest keep it clean and not take any penalties and not put him up into P5? Let's go ahead and check out our penalties here. And A1 is going to have to extend that gap to 3 seconds to keep it. This is going to be a very interesting finish here. Can Laid to rest keep it together enough to get maybe up into P4 if he stays tight enough here? Looks like he's not going to be keeping a lot of time here, so he has a very good chance of getting himself up into that P5 spot.
Yeah, Laid the rest, just doesn't have the pace. It's hard to drive around Spa without a front wing, and they're figuring it out there.
A1 almost got that gap up to 3 seconds to hold down that P5 spot, but the question being, can he keep that gap at 3 seconds? That gap is into the 3-second mark now. We'll lock up a little bit late to rest here.
And if anyone who's wondering, out of our F2 drivers, one of them DNF'd and the other is NP11.
Just out of the points, if he did get into the points, he would be locked to F1 and not be able to keep that F2 contract signed.
Yeah, almost got his ticket booked in the F1 just because of, 8 drivers DNF today.
Yep, that is true. I think it is 8 drivers. It is 8 drivers. That is true.
Hopefully the most we'll see all year, Silverstone, will be a hard one.
Laid to rest, closing that gap down. This is going to be a last lap battle. Is Splash going to be able to get past Laid to rest? We know Laid to rest is going to be battling for his life here with P6 and 7.
He might be conceding the position here because...
And Splash will make contact through Brussels. Who's going to get the better exit? Splash is going to lose it a little bit as Laid to rest will defend that inside.
This time he should be able to make the
There's
overtake.
caution also at the end of
sector one.
Kemmel Straight. Splash really wanting this position here. They'll send it around the outside. They'll make contact again. Nothing here. And another big contact as Splash will very cheaply take that position. That might need to be reviewed.
B&A, I believe, is running out of gas on the final lap of the race. He's running out of gas and he's coming to a halt.
Is Ghosty going to be able to keep it together and force himself into F1? He might not want to take this position.
Ghostly might take it to the F11 because of this.
What
the
in
shenanigans
the world?
continue.
This has been the most chaotic
yellow.
race. Is the other Mercedes driver...
The Mercedes has a flat!
Has a flat! He's got his tire popped. Will he be able to run fast enough from Smile Guy? I think he will be able to.
12 seconds between Ghost and the gap continues to fall. Ghostly's
Ghosty might... As Awesome Ace is going to get passed down the straight. He's going to look to defend a switchback. And Smile Guy will get the overtake on BNA. What have we just witnessed? No, Awesome Ace kept that position. I guess the time penalties accumulated.
He lets him through.
Through goes Ghosty, and Ghosty has booked his way into F1.
Wow.
And that is an absolutely crazy ending to this absolutely crazy race that we've had. As Flying Cow
just realized B&A 6 seconds of penalty, so no matter
12.
what.
And wow, what a finish! As an F2 driver will be forced into F1 by rule.
And Ghostly Swag, he's got to feel good for himself. Might not be the best circumstance, but at least you're scoring your first Formula 11 points.
That is crazy. If you guys enjoyed this stream, please drop a like. It, of course, means a lot to us here at F11.
Boogie with the win.
And V-Carb! Timeout! V-Carb looks to have been number 1 on the podium there. Did Fierce have penalties? Fastest lap goes to Fierce. Race winner is Adilso 1. What has happened here? Absolutely insane here. Here is your final standings. Fierce Glass had to have gotten penalties somewhere. And we will head into the interview zone as I want to get let's see if I can find him here. Let's see. Mercedes. I'm very confused at what had went down to cause cause Fierce to slip to P2? Sorry about that, Osmace. Let's have a little chat about that race. That was a very very chaotic race for you as you made your way from P20 all the way up into P3, and then you fell down to P8. What happened there? Why did you fall down to P8? We really thought you
It's
were going to
because
keep it there.
yeah, me and Tony was battling, and then that caused me to have wing damage. Then I just fell all the way to the back.
Man, what an impressive race. I can't even make that up. I mean, 2 red flags through a bunch of safety cars in that first half of that race. I mean, you really showed everybody and battled all the way up to P3. I was astonished after you didn't set a lap in that qualifying there.
I kind of didn't hear it. Can you like repeat it? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Battled all the way up from P20 to P3 after not setting that lap in qualifying through the 2 red flags and 3 safety cars.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very, very impressive race. Hopefully we'll have a good showing from you next week, and hopefully a little bit of a better showing next week. But appreciate your time.
At least
Thank
I
you.
got points for my team.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, guys, that'll do it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed this race, please go ahead and drop us a like or subscribe. And